Three, two, one. A fairly strong cold front has already affected the west coast of South Africa this morning, bringing cloudy and wet weather along with it. And the front is expected to very quickly brush along the south coast today, bringing with it cool, wet and windy conditions, especially along the south coast. Ahead of that front, it's going to be partly cloudy over the eastern parts of South Africa. Thunder showers expected in places, especially over the southeastern parts, while along the western coastline this late afternoon and evening, it's going to become especially windy, while evening rainfall settles in across much of KwaZulu-Natal with a good chance of thunderstorms as well. The South African Weather Service has continued to issue a warning for extremely uncomfortable conditions over the low-lying areas of eastern South Africa today, and a watch has been issued this time for the likelihood of severe thunderstorms affecting the eastern escarpment of the country. Rainfall probabilities now, where we're expecting up to a 40% chance of rain for the western coastline and the adjacent interior. Those conditions will be clearing during the course of this afternoon. Along the south coast, there's still a 60% chance of rain, rainfall extending over the southern interior as well. While over the eastern half of South Africa, showers and thunder showers in the forecast, widespread in places over the Eastern Cape and the KZN and Drakensberg, and scattered for much of the Highveld. Moving ahead now to maximum temperatures, where we can see that it's going to be cool over the southern parts of the country. 21 degrees for George and Sutherland, 23 for Cape Town and Port Elizabeth. Hot conditions continue to affect central and northern South Africa, as well as for KwaZulu-Natal ahead of that cold front, as well as ahead of the afternoon thunder shower activity. Moving ahead now to coastal conditions, where we're expecting very windy conditions to settle in along the west coast of South Africa, resulting in a bad beach day across the area. Swell heights will also be increasing to about 3 meters. And along the southwest coast of the country, we're expecting very windy weather around the peninsula, especially in the late afternoon and evening hours. 50 kilometers per hour for Table Bay, not quite as bad for Hermanus and Cape Agulhas, and we're expecting swells to average between 3.5 and 4 meters. Windy weather is expected for the first half of the day along the south coast of the country. Winds will gradually be moderating from the west, but still near gale force winds expected for Jeffreys Bay as well as Port Elizabeth. Swell heights getting up to 4 meters in places. And finally, along the eastern coastline of South Africa, fresh to strong southwesterlies pushing up towards Durban this afternoon. Richards Bay, on the other hand, still expecting northeasterly winds for much of today. Swell heights remaining fairly unchanged at 2 meters.